What is going on, boys and girls? It is your boy Temporary Citizen, and today I'm here at Coast Yamaha taking out an Mt09. So say goodbye to your licenses, because it's time to take a spin on the wheelie machine. Alrighty, so first things first, this seating position. So, what's it like when you first get on the bike? Now keep in mind, I'm a big dude. The seat is like, it's hard, but it's not uncomfortable. Seat feels very similar to an Mt07, which isn't overly surprising, as it's just the big boy brother. Jeez, that just so just taking off there, this thing's just crazy talky. It is mad. Alright, so the plan for today is to take this for a little spin through the hills, through the streets, and then through the hills, just see how she fares. I'm really digging these mirrors. Yeah, got really nice mirrors. You can see a lot. So this is a 2017 Mt09. So what that means is, along with having the updated headlight, it also has a quick shifter as standard, and power modes, which they normally do, and also traction control. So that's all standard on the bike as well, which is a bit upsetting if you bought an MT10, because that doesn't have the quick shifter, but the Mt09 does. Oh, that feels so nice to shift. It's got a little quick shifter thing on there. It's also fitted with a Akropovich N-can, which sounds magnificent. And and the brakes are really good on it as well. So it goes quick, it stops quick, and it feels rather light. Just gonna move this over a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of how these look, the mirrors, but you can, I guess stock mirrors are different thing. Oh, it's also got a gear position indicator, which is just like a nice little thing. But yeah, so it doesn't feel as big as the MT10. I guess that's what I'm comparing it to. And it also doesn't feel as fast, but it is very torquey. It's very nice to ride around on. Whew. This bike goes hard. Not gonna lie. This is a very nice bike. Hey! It has a crazy sound to it, this thing. So, what else do you need to know? Shows you a whole lot of handy information on the tacho. It's got your liters per 100, your revs, and everything else. It's in the digital as well. I don't think I'm a huge fan of the digital tacho, but that's the way a lot of bikes are going these days. So, you know, makes sense. It looks good. I reckon just like the MT10, the new headlight is definitely growing on me. I wasn't a huge fan when I first saw it, but it grows on you. But yeah, so slipper clutch quick shifter means that this bike straight out doesn't need much work at all done to it, especially because it's got its traction control on power modes and everything else, and they've fixed a lot of the throttling issues that they had in earlier MT09s with touchy throttles. But this thing, it's got a lot of go to it, and it's comfy. It's a really comfy bike. I don't know how your passengers would go because it's got a pissy little seat on the back. But, you know, it's not like it's a touring bike for couples. Woo! So, just like the MT10, it is very easy to get yourself in a lot of trouble on this bike, license-wise. And this one's basically brand new. Fuck, what is that? It's done 6 kilometers. It's brand new. This thing is nuts. Shout out to the boys at Coasty for letting me take a ride on this. Means a lot, fellas. So yeah, so this handling wise, it's sick. It's, you know, MT09's handle quite nice. The brakes, whoa, they definitely stop you very quick. And like just rolling into the throttle, you can feel that front wheel coming off. And that's in the traction control on. And the best part about this bike, I haven't even said it yet, the best part about this bike is how cheap they are. Like, I think they're what, 12-ish grand at the most on road? That's nuts. That is so much bike for so little money. You know, you go from the MT07, which is one of the pricier Lambs bikes, to the MT09, which for a full-size bike cost you sweet FA, really. So this has been one of my favourite bikes that I've been looking at for a couple of years now, when they first brought them out. And this is the first time I've ridden one, and I don't want to give it back. I'd have to just ride off with it. Oh, this is sick. It's genuinely really good bike. So for this being the staple bike of the MT series, it's amazing. You know, it's a comfortable position you sit in. You can lean over more if you need to, but you could sit like this all day. You can handle your way through traffic. You can take it for a spin out in the hills. And, you know, I've got friends that got MT09s and they go just as quick through the hills as people on our ones. Still just a little shocked by that power. You know, and it's 847cc, I think. You know, which is not far off being a leader bike. It's only got 3 cylinders, which means you get a nice balance between torque and horsepower, I think. It is taking everything I've got to keep this on 2 wheels. So the MT10 is a great bike if you want something that's insanely powerful. It's almost a little bit too much for cruising around the streets on, but this is right in that sweet spot. Yeah, so if you can afford an MT09, go buy one. if you're lucky enough to be able to find one second hand, which, you know, good luck to you, no one wants to get rid of them, pick it up. And then, you know, if you're like, oh, well, I can't do track days on it, you absolutely can. I know my mechanic races his Mt09, and that thing is mental. But this is, I don't know, it's just such a well put together bike, and it's really light. I cannot get enough praise for this. I think the only negative I could see is if you haven't ridden a bike before and you get one of these, you might be struggling a bit. And I mean, you can't do that in Australia, but in America you can. Also, some of the updates are cool. I like the new rear light. I know the back wheel cover that they put on it for the number plate holder is a bit of a pain for people that want to give it a tail tidy, but it looks pretty cool as stock anyway, so you don't necessarily have to change that. And now people are figuring out how to change it, so that's pretty cool. Definitely get an exhaust on it, because you want to be able to get 100% of that mean sound that it has at stock, you know, because otherwise what's the point? What is the point, I ask you? So compared to the CB, it's a shitload lighter and it feels just as torquey. Definitely considering, I would definitely consider getting one of these. I mean, I'm definitely considering getting an XSR, which is the same bike. So yeah, as a platform, it is a sick bike. You can do a lot of things on it. You can ride it to work every day, use it as your commuter. You can take it to the track if you like doing track stuff. Probably wouldn't take it off road, but you know. And you can probably tour on it pretty easily. I know you can get little windscreens for them and stuff. So I'd say go do it. Go be a madman and get one. I don't know why you'd want a super sport when bikes like this exist. If you've ridden one and you don't agree with me, let everyone know in the comments section below that you're a liar. You're a filthy, filthy liar. Yeah, maybe they've just ironed out a couple of the kinks that they first had with this bike. And you know, if you don't like the headlight, probably wouldn't be overly hard changing it to, you know, retrofitting an older Mt09 headlight on it. I'd say that's probably an easy enough thing to do. It is missing a few things that the Mt10 has. That's got a built-in cruise control, which is pretty sick. I know Scott's just taken his MT10 over to Canberra, which is a crazy ride. He just sat with cruise control the whole way and called it a day. So because of that, you get like tiny little consoles like this. But yeah, they're pretty easy to change them. So you got your traction control button up here to the left, and then you got your mode button there to the right, which is pretty easy to ride on the fly, change on the fly. So I've got it in standard at the moment. I think your bike's going to be stopped for you to change them, because that's, oh no. And then A mode, if I remember correctly, is the little rain mode, and then B's the twitchy maniac mode. And then your traction control, you got a couple of different levels of how much you want the bike to save you from bidding it. So mainly wheelie control. Yeah, this pretty much concludes the little review. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have riding it. Go check out Coast Power Sports. Super good dudes for letting me out on their bike. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.